In 1587, over 100 English men, women, and children vanished from an island off the coast of North Carolina. No bodies. No graves. No battle scars. The only clue was a single word carved into a wooden post, Croatoan. For over 4 centuries, historians and conspiracy theorists have argued about what happened. Now, new discoveries are finally cracking the case. This is the story of the lost colony of Roanoke, America's oldest unsolved mystery. It was England's first foothold in the New World, and it vanished so completely that scientists still cannot agree why. Some say the settlers were killed by the Spanish. Others claim they merged with native tribes, and their descendants are still here. A few even whisper the whole thing was a cover-up by one of history's most powerful spy masters. Today we break down the 5 most shocking theories, separate evidence from fantasy, and reveal what modern archaeology has uncovered. If you love unsolved mysteries, hit subscribe right now, because we dig into cases like this every day. First, the setup. In 1587, a pilot named Simon Fernandez was supposed to deliver the colonists to the Chesapeake Bay. Instead, he dumped them on Roanoke Island, a small sandy patch that had already failed once. Governor John White soon realized they were in trouble. Food was running low. So White sailed back to England for supplies, leaving behind his daughter and newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. Then disaster struck. The Spanish Armada invaded England, and every ship was pressed into service. For 3 years, White could not get back. When he finally returned in August 1590, the colony was gone. The houses were not burned. They had been carefully dismantled, as if the settlers packed up and left on purpose. And there, on a post, was the word Croatoan, with no cross carved above it. That detail matters. White and the settlers had a secret code. A cross meant danger. No cross meant they left willingly. So where did they go? Theory 1, the most popular, they moved to Croatoan, which today we call Hatteras Island. The word on the post was the name of both a friendly tribe and their home island. Manteo, a Croatoan man, had lived among the settlers and even traveled to England. If the colonists were in trouble, the Croatoan people were their most natural allies. For years, this was dismissed as folklore. Then the archaeologists showed up. On Hatteras Island, teams digging 4 to 6 feet down found English artifacts buried in the same soil layer as native pottery. Parts of swords, writing slates, gun parts, glass beads mixed with arrowheads. English people had actually lived there, side by side with the Croatoan. And here is the wild part. The Lumbee tribe of North Carolina has claimed descent from the lost colonists for over a century. Their tradition says their ancestors could speak out of a book, a memory of English literacy passed down for generations. If that is true, the colony was never lost at all. It just became something new. Theory 2 is the one the textbooks love: they were massacred. But the evidence has a problem. John White found no graves, no remains, no signs of attack. The fort was intact. The houses were deliberately taken apart. Spanish records show their navy searched for the settlement in 1588 and found no one. Jamestown colonists were later told the settlers died in a battle with a powerful chief, but no mass grave has ever been found. So while massacre remains possible, the physical evidence is just not there. That is why many researchers now favor Theory 3, the settlers split up. Recent digs at Site X and near Salmon Creek have turned up English artifacts far from Roanoke Island, suggesting small groups of colonists moved inland and lived for years. The colony did not vanish into thin air. It scattered, deliberately, in search of survival. Now for the theories that keep the conspiracy community alive. Number 4, the Dare Stones. In 1937, a traveler found a carved stone in a swamp that supposedly told the colony's story. In the words of Eleanor Dare, Virginia Dare's mother. Over the next 4 years, dozens more stones appeared, each more dramatic than the last. It was an incredible discovery. It was also a fraud. Investigators linked nearly every stone to a stonecutter named Bill Eberhart. And yet, one stone survived scrutiny. Chemical analysis suggested the first stone might actually be genuine. Then there is Theory 5, the one that sounds like a spy novel. Anthropologist Lee Miller argued the colony was deliberately sabotaged. She claimed Sir Francis Walsingham, the ruthless spymaster of Queen Elizabeth, engineered the colony's failure to destroy his rival, Sir Walter Raleigh. It is a breathtaking conspiracy, but historians note that Walsingham heavily funded Raleigh's expeditions, making the whole plot unlikely. So what is the truth? In 2020, researcher Scott Dawson published a book declaring the mystery over. He claimed the colony simply moved to Hatteras Island and merged with the Croatoan people, who still tell stories of light-skinned ancestors. Archaeologists found European artifacts that support part of the claim. But other experts pushed back. One called the conclusion storytelling, not evidence. Another noted that no English-style building has ever been found on Hatteras. And here is the uncomfortable fact: after 400 years, not one human remain from the settlers has ever been positively identified. No bones. No graves. No definitive answer. Every theory explains some of the evidence, and none explain all of it. The lost colony of Roanoke is the rare mystery where the most boring explanation might be the right one. A desperate group of settlers, low on food and surrounded by strangers, packed up, moved to a friendly island, married into the local tribe, and slowly became something new. The word Croatoan carved into that post was not a cry for help. It was a message to John White: "We are safe, come find us." He never did. So if you ever find yourself on the Outer Banks, remember the 100 people who vanished there. Their descendants may be walking the same beaches today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash the like button and subscribe, because we have another unsolved mystery ready for you. And tell us in the comments, do you think the colonists survived? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.